Hey guys, and welcome to Biscuits Total War. This is Biscuits of the Heaven Clan bringing you a 3 vs 3 31k rules online commentary. Now this game is going to be totally different compared to the average 31k game you'll see online. The reason being, we have got one faction which I'm yet to actually see being used in a proper 31k game, and that is Spain. I've got my good friend Cleo bringing Spain. I'd previously done a 2 vs 2 with him with Thrace, so I said to Cleo, hey, why not go and try the Spanish faction instead? I think we're feeling a bit proud of ourselves that we'd managed to win a couple of games with Thrace, so we thought I'd push the boat out and bring Spain, see what happens. Now, for you guys who don't know, Spain is probably the weakest faction in Rome Total War. They've got these bull warriors, but these bull warriors are incredibly overpriced for what you get. They're basically a poor version of an urban cohort, but they cost more, well, nearly about 25% more than the urban cohort. So they're nice to have. It's interesting to play them, and it's interesting to get a win out of them. So it'll be interesting to see how this battle goes. If we have a look at Cleo, he wasn't sure what type of build to bring. Obviously it's near impossible to win with Spain, and it's really rare to ever see them, so it's really hard to try and work out what kind of a build should you bring. So basically he's brought 16 Spanish bull warriors, and I believe they're all gold, and then he's brought 4 Balearic slingers. No, he's actually brought, no, he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Balearic slingers I believe, and 13 Spanish bull warriors. So it's going to be incredibly different, this battle. I'm primarily going to focus around Kilo's build there, just to see exactly what goes on, because I think this is where all the fun is going to happen. I'll pause it for 2 seconds just while I introduce the other guys. I myself am playing as Scipii. I've got my standard build of 14 urbans, 1 legendary first cohort, and 5 Praetorian cav. And if we have a look at TALOS, TALOS has got a very similar build. He's got 4 Praetorian cav, 1 legendary first cohort, and 15 urbans, so really heavy on the infantry. And then we have a look at the opposition, see who we're playing against. We've got a player from the COH clan. He's brought your standard Rome build of 6 Praetorian cav and 14 urbans. And then let's have a look at this player. It is Zerberus, and Zerberus has got his standard build of 2 archers, 6 Praetorian cav, and the rest urbans. And then the last player we've got here is Scipii, and Scorpion's brought Britannia. Now again, it's quite rare to see Britannia. Now the reason why I believe he's brought them is basically to combat Spain. Spain's morale is going to be super low. They're not going to be great. They're a barbarian faction at the end of the day, so if they get a decent charge into these guys, they should basically master out. So to make sure that master out does occur, he's brought some chariots which will lower the morale, and he's brought some head hurlers which will lower the morale, and then he's got a few chosen swordsmen to basically act as a holding force whilst that charge happens. So I'm just going to double speed it for a few moments. The object of the game was basically I was going to advance forward aggressively, almost like Operation Meat Shield at the end of the day. What I want to do is basically aggressively push forward, hopefully get these guys to try and charge into my guys, and hopefully I can hold them for as long as possible, and basically deflect any charges that happen on Cleo. And then Cleo basically run into the centre, protected by my flank, and hopefully he can hold his ground and slowly try and chew up as many of these urbans as possible. But on a 1-to-1 fight, an urban versus a bull warrior, the urbans are going to come off 9 out of 10 times, so it's going to be hard for Cleo to do this. So as you can see, Cleo's got his guys hiding behind my position here. We're still thinking where should we put Spain for the time being, because there's no way that Spain can aggressively attack forward. If they do that, they're just going to master out. If they master out, it's going to be a 2 versus 3, which is going to make it 10 times harder for myself and TALOS. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to push my guys forward. Again, my guys are fairly stretched out. I'm going to hopefully try and take as much peeler damage as possible from these urbans. Therefore these bull warriors can actually engage into one-to-one combat without being damaged. I'm putting my guys into guard mode with Testudo. Again, it's playing defensively, so now hopefully the bull warriors can come in for a counter charge. Now in the meantime, we've got an almighty build up of cav here on the side. We've got these Praetorian cohorts, we've got the chariots, so I'm getting quite worried at this stage. I'm putting my guys into guard mode, advancing forward. What I do decide to do is try and push forward with my cav, I believe, any time now, and hopefully I can try and take out a few of these guys before this cav wraps around the back of my flank. So at this stage again, the bull warriors is pretty much sitting there at the moment. They're behind my Testudo, again acting as a peeler guard for these guys. I've charged forward. It really was a case of do or die, and I was hoping that these guys now are going to charge in with their cav to try and get my guys, basically take away any cav charges from Cleo there. So they come into the back of Cleo, Cleo's guys are going to mass rout, and that's what we want to avoid, as I keep on stressing. So I pull my cav out, I've slapped my guys into guard mode, and that's basically to try and combat these chariots. These chariots, in order for them to do mass damage, they need to constantly be moving around. So if you're in guard mode, you guys aren't going to aggressively attack, and therefore you're going to use the defense stats for your troops, and the defense stats for our troops is going to be higher than the defense stats for these chariots. So hopefully we can take out quite a few of these chariots. In comes COH with another cav charge straight into my guys. So my guys are taking an absolute pasting at the moment. You can see I'm being attacked on all three sides here, but TALOS luckily has got most of his guys intact, and he is peeling off a few of his urbans here to help. Cleo again acting in a very much defensive role at the moment. Is going to try and snag up a few of these cav units. Now with these cav units attacking these bull warriors with defense of these urbans, it's going to cause them to rout. Now my general is now routed, so my guys are pretty much knocked out of it. I might have one or two urbans somewhere, but I think that's pretty much me done and dusted. I'll have a little check. Oh, I have got one or two units left, but those one or two units, they're routing. So oh no, I've got one unit coming back. So it's now pretty much a 3 versus 2, but luckily we have managed to do a lot of devastation. We've managed to rout and kill a lot of the chariots from the Britons, so that's going to really do a lot of damage to them, because that's their real main punching force. If we have a look at the oppositions, they've only got really one cav left. They've got 6 cav units left of the COH player. Now they're going to be really devastating against these bull warriors. As you can see, they're basically charging their guys back out, charging them back in, right into these bull warriors. The minute they impact on the bull warriors will rout. As I say, they're not great. They're holding their ground for a few moments, but they start to rout in any prolonged melee fight. So it's really tight at the moment. Looks like Cleo is really on his last knees at the moment. It was a valiant effort to bring the bull warriors, but as you can see, it's not really paying off any dividends at the moment. It's really a case of just trying to hold the ground, be as defensive as possible, and hopefully if they make any mistakes, we can basically counter those quickly. So we're starting to swing in our favour on this wing here. Looks like TALOS is playing really well with his cav. He's slowly mopping up around the side here, which is causing Zerberus' units to rout. I'm not sure if these guys are on they're doing their barbarian chants at the moment, which could be lowering the morale for the opposition. From what it looks like, they're not at the moment, but again, it's extremely close at the moment. I'd say the opposition really have got the upper hand at the moment. They've got more troops, they've got more cav, they've got better units as well. But these, the cav, let's see what happens here. This is what's really going to make or break the opposition at the moment, how they use this cav. What they need to do is find the weak parts of the battlefield and basically charge in, or charge in support of the urbans. Now it looks like COH, he's not actually moving these guys at the moment, they're quite static at the moment. He really needs to aggressively push forward and swing his cav around and charge in with his cav and urbans at the same time. What he's doing at the moment, he's attacking individually. Now if he attacks individually one unit at a time, it's going to give the TALOS the upper hand, and it's going to cause these units to start to rout, which looks like that's what's going on at the moment. So TALOS is pushing forward, he's trying to wrap up around this flank here. Now COH has lost their cav. Now since they've lost that cav, now the actual battlefield, the battle is now going to swing into our favour. So TALOS and Cleo need to aggressively push forward. They've now got the momentum on their side. These units are starting to rout. If there's any cav that's left of TALOS, he needs to get them around the flanks. I don't think he's got any cav left, so it's a case of just peeling off the urbans and trying to get them to wrap around the sides like he's doing at the moment. You can see he's got his general at the back there. Now hopefully he's going to use his general and do almost a hammer and anvil with an urban and charge right into the back of these guys here. By doing that, that's going to cause these guys to lower their morale because they've been flanked. It's also going to cause them to mass panic because they're being attacked from both sides. There is a couple of COH cav left, but they've already routed. So again, as I stressed before my other videos, once a unit's routed, it's going to be 10 times weaker than it previously was when it comes back from routing. So in come the TALOS's guys. They're wrapped around the flanks there. TALOS has got more guys in reserve there to deal with this COH cav unit at the back. It looks like one of TALOS's guys has actually started to... Oh no, that's one of my guys. They started the rout. So I did actually have a couple of units that were left, but my guys are absolutely shattered by now. You know, they've been smashed by 3 players. They've been smashed by chariots. They've been running around the battlefield. So it's not surprising that they've routed. So yeah, really impressive to Cleo at the moment. I can't believe he's still got bull warriors left at the moment. It really is an impressive feat to actually see these bull warriors hanging in there, and it looks like we may actually snatch this as a victory. To be honest, I thought we'd lost that game. Once I'd lost practically all of my units and the opposition had the cav advantage, I thought they were just going to smash up these bull warriors, but it looks like we managed to get the upper hand there, managed to swing the battle around in our favour. So really well played on behalf of TALOS and especially Cleo. Really well played in using these bull warriors. So hopefully I might be able to twist Cleo's arm again in the future. We might be able to bring the bull warriors again. Hopefully we can try and use them in a 2 versus 2, because you might come across Spain in a 4 versus 4, very rare. Even rarer to be 3 versus 3, but exceptionally rare to find them in a 2 versus 2, and near impossible in a 1 versus 1, especially if you're going up against Rome. Spain versus Rome, 1 versus 1, it's going to be near impossible to beat them, but you never know. With the right player, and if the other guy makes mistakes and has an off day, you might be able to snatch that victory. So really well played there, exceptionally well played on all players there. I think the opposition were really surprised at the end of the day. I think they thought they had this battle in the bag from the start, which I would have thought, especially if I was playing on the opposition side. I would have thought this would have been a no-brainer. But really well played. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's not every day that you see a build like this. It's not every day that you see Spain in 31k. So hopefully you guys enjoy this game. Let me know what you think. Please leave a little thumbs up if you watched the video. Please subscribe, leave a comment, and check out my other videos if you get time. I really do appreciate the feedback. It's always nice to check out the guys that are actually watching my videos. So we have a look at the stats. TALOS got in a devastating 1700 kills, so he really was the the attacking force behind this victory. I got in just shy of 1000 kills. Cleo got in a really good nearly 1200 kills. Scipii 841, and Zerberus and COH got in a similar amount of kills, about 1200 each. So it was really 50-50 there when it comes to kills, really even. It was only an average victory. So thanks once again for checking out the video. Thanks so much for your time. Hope you guys enjoy it. Biscuits signing out, and I'll catch you guys soon, okay? Have a lovely day. Bye now.